So the latest issue of Sports Illustrated is out, and the Indiana Fever are gracing its cover.
Remember when the Indiana Fever couldn't sell out games? Now they're gracing the cover of Sports Illustrated as America's team. That's the Caitlin Clark effect, transforming a franchise from bottom dweller to championship contender almost overnight.
We're talking about America's team, and I can't help but to get all patriotic inside. When we're talking about America's team, I can't help but to feel all red, white, and blue inside. The Indiana Fever grace WNBA Preview 2025 Sports Illustrated cover.
The Fever's journey from league worst record a few years ago to national darling isn't just about one phenom. It's about strategic rebuilding, veteran leadership, and a team finally ready to claim greatness rather than chase it. And it all starts May 17th against Chicago in what might be the most anticipated regular season game in WNBA history. If you're excited about the game, comment fired up for the Fever down below. Let's go.
Big four, folks, the big four. Kelsey, Money Mitch, put them in a, you already know. Aaliyah Boston, Dewana Mama Bonner, salute to the Pope. And we got Caitlin Clark Kent, the big four for the Indiana Fever.
2 years ago, a game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse was a lonely experience, empty seats everywhere. The Indiana Fever finished with a devastating 5-win, 31-loss record, dead last in the WNBA. Nobody talked about them, nobody cared. The Fever weren't just bad, they were forgotten. Picture this: a near-decade playoff drought, fewer than 2,000 fans showing up per game, the lowest attendance in the league. When you're that far down, it feels impossible to climb back up.
Team is definitely in a different place than it was last season. I love the addition of Dewana Bonner after being with the Connecticut Sun, who is now being sold because they don't have practice facilities. And you know, she has talked about how honored she is, and you can just read it on her face, how happy she is to be there and to be so supported by such a great fan base.
But here's where it gets interesting. The Fever's rebuilding started with one move, drafting Aaliyah Boston first overall in 2023. Finally, they had a cornerstone player, a foundation to build on after years of searching in the basketball wilderness. But after that season, it wasn't enough, as the Fever was still with a losing record of 13 wins. Then came that magical moment in the 2024 draft lottery. The ping pong balls bounced Indiana's way, giving them the #1 pick. We all know what happened next. Caitlin Clark joined the Fever, and overnight, everything changed. Suddenly, tickets vanished in minute, games sold out, media outlets couldn't get enough of Indiana. The transformation wasn't just dramatic, it was historic. A franchise that struggled to fill half an arena now had people begging for seats. What makes this story so special isn't just Clark. It's how the entire organization committed to building something that would last. Kelly Kroskoff returned as president with a clear mission: construct a legitimate contender, not just ride the wave of a superstar phenomenon. Clark
There's much more to the W's most watched team than the Caitlin Clark Show. I kind of love that they included Dewana Bonner in this cover because she is an integral member of the team. And about a month ago, there was a video going around that Kelsey Mitchell had posted, just some random video of all of them in their red, rebel red uniform. And everyone on social media was like, what is going on? Did they get new uniforms? And you could tell that they were at a park, and it ends up that they were shooting the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated cover says it all, not just Clark alone, but Boston, Mitchell, and Bonner standing shoulder to shoulder. This isn't a one-woman show. This is a team transformed from the ground up. When the players first saw that cover, their reactions told the story these weren't athletes used to. National Magazine features the genuine surprise and joy on their faces, showed exactly how meaningful this recognition felt after years in the shadows. Music. Wow, this turned out so good. This period Fever dream, y'all. Wish that was you. My bad, my bad. Oh, this looks so good. Ooh, that is fire. And now the reveal for everyone waiting. Just beautiful, beautiful work of art. I love it. That's sick. That cover represents more than just a cool photo. It captures years of patience, rebuilding, and strategic decisions. The Fever didn't just add talent. They created a vision for what women's basketball could be in Indiana. And now the Indiana Fever have emerged as America's team, a franchise that basketball fans and casual viewers alike want to watch. The side cover marks a historic moment for the entire WNBA, showing how this league is breaking into mainstream sports culture in ways we've never seen before.
It's so good! It looks so good! It's so dope! That's so good. That's popping. Okay! Oh, aw. This is so nice. This is so amazing. I've never been on the cover of a magazine like this. I can't wait to show my mom, man. I'm grateful for stuff like this. Shout out to the Fever Dream. Now you know.
Dream now. You know we're not here to chase greatness, we're here to claim it. That's the team's new mantra, and it perfectly captures this moment. The Fever's rise isn't accidental. It's the result of aligning young talent, veteran leadership, and perfect timing with an organization finally ready to step into the spotlight. From worst to first, the Fever's transformation is exactly what sports dreams are made of. When the most transformational player in sports history joins your team, everything changes. Suddenly, Indiana wasn't just a place elite players passed over, it became the destination. Everyone wanted to join. The gravitational pull of Caitlin Clark reshaped the entire WNBA landscape. The Fever front office recognized this opportunity and pounced. They didn't just draft Clark and call it a day. They aggressively pursued veterans who could complement their young stars and speed up their path to contention. This wasn't about a 3-year plan anymore. This was about winning now. And Caitlin
Clark did have a little bit to say about the Fever's recruitment in the offseason. It kind of drives home the whole, like, nobody wanted to play in Indiana. Like, it negates it, actually. Sorry, it doesn't drive it home. It totally negates it. And she says, people want to come here and play with us and be a part of this organization. Honestly, in our case, it worked out pretty fast. Everyone wanted to come.
Dana Bonner shocked the basketball world when she chose Indiana, a 6-time All-Star and 2-time WNBA champion with more playoff experience than any active player, decided the Fever was her best option. This wasn't supposed to happen. Stars like Bonner typically sign with established winners, not teams in rebuild. But something special was brewing in Indiana. In Dana Bonner, the Indiana Fever have signed one of the all-time greats who brings major big game experience to Indiana. Along with her honor is a 2-time WNBA champion and quite literally the most experienced postseason player ever. Her 87 playoff games are more than any player in WNBA history. Clark herself jumped into recruitment mode. She personally reached out to potential free agents, selling them on what they could build together. Players didn't need much convincing. They saw what was happening and wanted in. The most exciting young player in basketball was calling, and veterans answered. Sophie Cunningham brought championship toughness. Natasha Howard added defensive versatility and 3 WNBA championship rings. These weren't random additions. Each player filled specific needs. The coaching staff identified Cunningham's scrappy play and Howard's defensive presence perfectly complement Clark, Boston, and Mitchell.
The majority of all of the players that are not on rookie contracts, except for Lexi Brown and Kalani Brown next season, are going to be free agents. I think that's 80% of the league if you take out the rookies and those 2 players. And there's going to be a lot of change. I'm curious about all the shakeups, like who's going to stay on the Fever.
The Fever's approach focused on finding players who fit their system. This wasn't a fantasy basketball team of big names thrown together. This was strategic team building at its finest. Every addition served a purpose, helping Clark and Boston develop while competing for championships immediately. This franchise
has always been about players. It's always been about basketball, and it's about anything we can do to help the player become the best they can be. This is really a huge example and an opportunity to show the rest of the league and the world and that's involved in women's sports what it takes to be a high-level athlete.
It's an unbelievable day for the Indiana Fever. Another step for our franchise, again, to make this the best franchise in the world.
Indiana's commitment went beyond just player additions. They announced a new $78 million practice facility spanning 108,000 square feet. The organization invested in player development resources, rivaling any team in the league. This wasn't just about one season. This was about creating a dynasty. From all of the weight and conditioning equipment, obviously, We'll have 2 full-size courts. It'll be available 247 for them to come and utilize.
All of the weight and conditioning equipment.
Result a perfectly balanced roster, blending youth with experience, shooting with defense star power. With role players, look at the starting 5. Now Clark directing traffic, Mitchell scoring from everywhere, Bonner bringing versatility and championship experience, Howard locking down defensively, and Boston dominating the paint with Cunningham, Lexi Hull, Sydney. Carlson and Bree Turner all coming from the bench in one off-season. Indiana transformed from developing young team to legitimate title contender. Clark's presence served as the catalyst that made everything possible. Indiana became a destination because players saw what the front office was building. The Fever's approach proves true transformation requires combining star power with strategic vision. This isn't just about having great players. It's about having the right players who fit together perfectly. What Indiana accomplished isn't just impressive, it might be the most remarkable roster transformation in recent sports history. The Fever aren't just building a team, they're creating something greater than the sum of its already impressive parts.
Knew that Caitlin Clark was this phenomenal talent, but she was entering a league that she was not familiar with. She was a rookie. The Indiana Fever have been actively building and rebuilding their organization and this team, and they have a lot of incredible pieces. But the fact that they were able to get into the playoffs and be a team that, although they didn't, advance far in the playoffs, they were a team that we kept saying, if you face them, they're gonna make it difficult for you. That organization then saw that and said, we're capitalizing on this and we're doing it now.
You see the logo 3S and no look passes on social media. But here's what you don't see: Caitlin Clark arriving at the practice facility before sunrise. While everyone's still sleeping, she's already putting up shots, watching film, and pushing her limits. That dedication doesn't make highlight reels, but it's exactly why she's special.
Is one excerpt that was kind of fun, and of course it's about her getting stronger, and it's about her arms and her weight gain and her in the weight room. But the funny thing about this excerpt is that she went to try her jersey on and she thought that it actually got smaller, and it goes, Clark's top priority was getting stronger. She hit the weight room 4 times a week. The change was pronounced enough that when given her uniform for the photo shoot with Sports Illustrated, Clark asked if it was a smaller jersey than when she wore last year. Same size, replied the equipment manager. You're filling out more.
Coach Stephanie White recently shared that Clark has focused on 3 specific areas this off-season for strength training. She's been hitting the weight room 4 times weekly, and it shows. The equipment manager noticed during the Sports Illustrated photo shoot that Clark's uniform was the same size as last year, but she's filling it out more now. Second, finishing through contact, a crucial skill against physical WNBA defenders. Third, developing a consistent mid-range game to complement her long-range shooting.
She worked to complement that strength with better finishing ability, etc., developing a floater like we kind of all know. It's just really funny that she thought that the jersey got smaller, and she's just like yoking up.
What's impressive isn't just her work ethic, it's her self-awareness. After her rookie season, Clark didn't celebrate or take a vacation. Instead, she sat down with coaches, identified her weaknesses, and created a detailed improvement plan. Coach White calls her very intentional about how I can develop an very self-aware person. Not many superstars are that honest about their flaws. Her approach has sent ripples through the entire organization. Veteran Kelsey Mitchell has mentioned how Clark's standards have raised the bar for everyone. Suddenly showing up on time isn't enough. Players are arriving early, staying late, adding extra workouts. The culture shift is real. One unexpected development has been Clark's friendship with Lexi Hull, a player many fans overlooked until the second half of last season. The two have formed a genuine bond, regularly staying after practice to work on specific shooting drills and defensive techniques. Together, their chemistry extends beyond basketball. They push each other to be better every day and has become best friends in the team.
It's finally here! Beep, 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 beep. Let's go, Dave.
The coaching staff hasn't just focused on Clark. They've designed custom development programs for every player, understanding that team success depends on everyone growing together. This personalized approach shows the organization's commitment to building something sustainable. Clark's preparation extends beyond one court skills. She spent hours studying film of her. New teammates learning exactly where Kelsey Mitchell likes to catch the ball for her jumper or how Aaliyah Boston prefers to receive entry passes. She's also worked with nutritionists and sleep specialists to optimize her recovery between games, understanding that the WNBA schedule is a different beast.
Excited! Woo, day one, I'm excited. Let's go. It's go time. Go Fever.
Excited. Ready to see what happens.
Pretty good. Ready to get started. Let's do this. Come on.
The Sports Illustrated article revealed something fascinating about Clark. She's not content, just being a great player. She's building a complete skill set that will allow her to dominate at the pro level for years. This isn't about individual accolades or social media fame. It's about transforming into the type of leader who can guide a franchise to championships. Clark's commitment to getting better isn't something you'll necessarily see in highlight videos, but it's exactly what separates good players from legendary ones. She's not just changing her game, she's changing what's possible for the entire Indiana Fever organization.
Clark, Angel Reese, Fever, Sky coming up. WNBA season opener for both teams. There's always extra hype when they play. It's fireworks whenever these two teams meet up.
The May 17th showdown against Chicago isn't just the season opener. It's the first real test of whether this transformed Fever team can actually win games. All the magazine covers, sold-out arenas, and media attention won't matter if they can't translate it to success on the court this game has. Storylines everywhere. You look, the biggest one, Caitlin Clark facing off against Angel Reese again. Their college rivalry captivated basketball fans. And now it continues at the pro level. These two stars bring completely different styles and personalities to the court, creating the perfect contrast that fans can't get enough of.
I don't know if the Sky have the horses to keep up with the Fever. We've seen variety of scoring around Caitlin Clark, so I think their firepower will be just.
Chicago presents exactly the kind of challenge that will test Indiana's biggest weakness. The Sky's frontcourt of Reese and Camila Cardoso brings size, strength, and rebounding dominance. Coach Stephanie White has specifically pointed to this matchup as concerning, saying that keeping their bigs off the glass will be crucial to winning. This isn't just a basketball game anymore. It's become a cultural moment. Ticket prices have skyrocketed to levels never seen for a regular season WNBA game. Media outlets that never covered women's basketball are sending reporters. The eyes of the sports world will be watching to see if the Fever can live up to the hype.